In the mid-'80s, Betty Cook, an FCCJ board member representing Nassau County, and her family gave the college 40 acres of mature forest with beautiful live oaks in hopes that a campus would be built in Nassau County. But the potential student population in that county was and is not sufficient to obtain state capital funding, so monies for the center, much less a full campus, are not available. Meanwhile, in 1989, an outdoor adventure program was proposed, and the Nassau property provided an ideal setting and thus the initial development of an educational facility in Nassau County. In addition to the 16 of the 40 acres that has become the Nassau Outdoor Center, we have access, which you see here, to the Nassau River. A dock is to be built through the saltwater marsh to the creek leading to the river. With the agreement to place the outdoor program on the Nassau property came the task of finding the property lines and determining exactly where the outdoor facilities would be in relation to the future Nassau Center development. Initially, a low ropes course was envisioned, along with restrooms and a simple rustic pavilion to be used during inclement weather. Other activities like canoeing and backpacking would be provided through expeditions to various sites in Florida. The building of the ropes course started with this old van for storage, along with a wheelbarrow and some hand tools, as well as a generator for limited power tool use. Because of the remoteness of the property, we also had a portable telephone. Many volunteers helped, and a lot of the work was sheer muscle power. Work was continued come rain or shine. In high places and even higher places. As well as on the ground, whether it be digging for an element or building a platform for a trust fall. The site design and the completed course was approved by Project Adventure. This is the start of the Seminole Walk through the wetlands. And this is the end of the walk with an element called the kitten crawl. One of the biggest projects was the 12-foot wall, which is shown here while being constructed. The 4 cross pieces were attached to the trees, and the first wall board was attached to check for plumb. Then the rest of the wall was constructed on the ground and as a unit attached to the cross pieces. As the ropes course was being constructed, we were also meeting with the architects to design the restrooms and the pavilion, which grew into an elaborate canoe barn, storage facility, showers, and a fancy pavilion. As you can see, a lot of discussion went into the design ideas because it was much more than originally envisioned. Meanwhile, a ruling came through concerning the money allotted to the project, stating that it could only be used for renovations, so the designs were shelved. But we continued to look at the possibilities, and in so doing discovered the gopher tortoise, which is a protected part of our environment. Thus, a complete mapping and locating of all their habitats was required. The area was tick infested, so we purchased guineas to police the area for ticks and scorpions. They seem to have been very effective based on the population of the ticks and scorpions at this time. Because the monies allotted for the project could only be used for renovations, College Vice President Steve Wise secured a donation of a cargo container, which you see being renovated. This became the first building on the property. It has a tin roof and is covered with cedar lap siding. It was the work shed for a couple of years and is now the construction office. We added another invaluable piece of equipment, a tractor, and as you can see, it has really been put to the test. On it is J.W. Wynn, a volunteer who has given many days, weeks, months, and actually several years to the center. As more interest grew in the Outdoor Center, an advisory council was formed to provide greater input and support for the program. This is Dr. Joan Hill, from whose idea evolved the outdoor program, and Dr. Judy Jacobson, Advisory Council Chairperson. She also supervised the construction of the ropes course. Also sitting on the council are many who have volunteered their time, and as always, we have the support of Betty Cook. Again, since we have to renovate instead of build new facilities, we took advantage of a gift from a new high school, which no longer needed their portables. You see them being moved onto the Nassau site and lowered down to their foundation. Next, 8-foot porches were built all the way around each building. Here the decking is going on. Then the roof is being readied for the porch roof and eventually the tin roof over the entire building. All the buildings are joined by a raised wooden walk and are wheelchair accessible. As you can see, the porches have become favorite meeting places as well as nice lunch areas. More containers were given to us to be converted, renovated into equipment storage, restrooms, and laundry room. The roof joins the equipment storage container on the left with the restroom and laundry room on the right, along with a 12-foot walk between them. 2 containers were attached side by side, and then the inner walls were cut out to make it into one building. Then the building was divided into backpacking, camping, and ropes course storage areas, separating each activity's equipment. The total building was then covered with cedar lap siding and roofed with tin. This is a rear view of the canoe barn, which has a container on each side separated by the garage. Again, cedar lap siding covers the outside. This front view shows the design allowing a person to drive in the back and pull out the front. No backing of trailers necessary. We were given 2 more containers for the shower building, and as you see, porches will be all the way around. It will be joined to the other buildings by the walkway. Showers and toilets will be inside the container. While the sinks will be in the area between them. This is the staff house, which is yet to be covered with cedar, but it does have its tin roof. We do now have power to the property, and it is all underground. We also have a 600-foot well, but the water hasn't passed all the tests yet, so we can't drink it. This is the clearing for the septic tank and the drain field. And this is the hole where the tank will actually go. There will be a lake on the property, and again some trees had to come down, but only those that were necessary. The actual digging is started. Then the lake starts to fill with water. And finally it becomes clear. More shaping and dressing on the sides are to be done, as well as planting of shrubs. Although we're still entering through this old gate and do not have an official road, we are programming activities on the site. These are shots of our first wilderness adventure training class, including some friendly competition in knot tying. This is a non-credit weekend survival course. As you can see, we're very comfortable in the rockers. These rockers were bought for all the porches, but served us well inside for this course. These are more shots of the survival weekend, including some edible wild plants. Here you see future facilitators being trained to take others through the ropes course. It is a low ropes course and focuses on developing teamwork, improving communication and understanding, as well as enhancing one's self-image. There's time to take breaks, but there's also hard work. Support from others to accomplish whatever the goal may be. After participating on each element, a debriefing is conducted to get individuals to think about how it affected them. We also have 5 beehives at the center, and they are being checked now to see if they are ready to be robbed. This is a bee teaching station with a see-through hive to study how they work. Bees enter the hive through a PVC pipe so they don't come into the teaching area. This is the back of the building where the bees enter. And now we would like to say to all of you, come to Florida and come see us at the Florida Community College, Nassau Outdoor Center. Thank you.